reason stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. There we are. Don't imagine this one's going to be too long. Check and make sure that I'm not muted. Happy Saturday. 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 What a ripoff. Water's such a ripoff. We own the water rights. Next, they're going to own your air. I'm giving it to the 3-minute mark here. Thank you. Thank you very much for your patience, rewatchers. They're the rewatchers. They're the rewatchers. You watch, everybody's going to show up towards the end of this. And it's only going to be like 5 minutes long. I have a Dragonflowers recording at 11. So, all right. We're close enough to the 3-minute mark. Let's do it. All right. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. I'm your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. So, cool stuff. Not quite awake. So, I'm not talking about recovery. I'm talking about how far down we've gone. It's not competition, man. Just because you went through something, and maybe some other people did also, doesn't mean or doesn't allow you to diminish what other people went through. Just because what you went through, you think was harder. You went through some pretty good stuff or some pretty hard stuff, and I did too. Hi, Patricia. Look, I was homeless at 18 years old. Nobody gave a fuck about me. Nobody cared. So, but I don't go throwing that in people's faces. When I go to a meeting or when I do a podcast and somebody says, well, I was never homeless, I don't say, well, then you don't really know what it's like. Can't you allow somebody to have their bottom? And I'm sorry, but that's pretty closed-minded in my book. I'm just shutting the door real quick. Okay. So when I say this isn't a competition, I'm not necessarily talking about recovery. I'm talking about the qualification that other people seem to think that you need in order for them to qualify for you to be around them or whatever. Bullshit. It's crap. Okay. Should probably waited to do this. It's because I'm not quite awake. I'm gonna grab my cup. So, but let's even talk about competition in the rooms. You know, there's some people who go through the steps real quick. I have a couple of friends. They grab young people, take them through the steps pretty quick. Older people need to go through them a little bit slower. With me, it usually takes about a year. It takes about a year to get through the steps. I don't know what the need is to feel like we have to hurry through those steps. There isn't anything in life that's so overwhelming for any of us that we can't take anything like a year in order to work on ourselves. Okay. Now, let's say you finish the steps in a certain, in 4 or 5 months. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your recovery. Okay. But you still got the rest of the year. Okay. Times don't change. Okay. It's going to take you a year. Okay. And there's reasons behind that. And they are physical reasons. Okay. There are physical reasons that you can't get around. It's not going to happen. You can't get around them. Your brain, it's going to take 6 months to a year to reset. It doesn't have anything to do with your knowledge, with your self-appraisals, with how far down you've gone, or how quick you've done the steps. It doesn't matter. It takes that long for your brain to fucking reset. We don't get over alcoholism and all of this in a matter of a few short months. Hi, Gary. And that's pretty much true of all of us. Right? It took me almost 4 years. Almost 4 years to get to a place. Now that was me, and I'm different. Good morning, Ingrid. Right? Just like you're different in that sense. Right? So the physical may even be different for people. So when I say a year, it's an average. Right? You cannot be diagnosed until you have been at least 6 months sober. You cannot be diagnosed with anything else. Okay? Why? Because your addiction looks just like mental illness. Because it is. It's a mental illness. One that needs to be taken care of. Okay? It is also the only mental illness that that comes with a spiritual malady. And isn't that where we all ended up? For those of you that missed the first part of this, what I was talking about was when people that have had it bad make other people feel bad for their own feelings because they haven't gone through what they have gone through. Now, just because you think your stuff was harder doesn't make it so. What I had said earlier was that I was homeless at the age of 18. But that doesn't mean I throw it in people's faces. Well, you don't understand. You were never there. It's true, maybe. But why? Now, if I have somebody coming in and telling us what the homeless need, then I'll probably say something like that. Okay, you don't know it because you don't know what they need. So we also need to understand our limitations. Because the thing is, I asked a friend a question about a trap house yesterday, and what I got was, yeah, you just don't understand. I don't. Okay, I guess I don't understand. Guess I can't help any of you. So fucking what? No wonder people can't get along in AA, because you're all a bunch of fucking fuckheads. Not you guys. Present company excluded. No, people can be fuckheads. Come on. Oh, they're druggies. Can't have them in here. They were just alcoholics. They don't know anything. All right, if you want to keep causing division so that you can prove your trauma, go for it, I guess. So, what I was doing is somebody put something up about a trap house. So I asked a question. I'm like, is this really funny? And she said to us, yeah, it is. Now, okay, that was the question I was asking. Am I allowed to laugh at this? Instead, what I got was how I don't understand. And it upsets me because that's my friend. And I'm probably going to write her and say, hey, that wasn't cool. But I'm going to give her shit about it because that's how we do it. Does it mean that she's less of a friend of mine? Fuck, no. No. Did it make for a good daily trudge? Yes. Did you know that a lot of times the daily trudge is about my problems? Did you know that? No, I'm just kidding. It is a good way to solve your problems, though. You want to know if you're going through something hard? You want to know a great way to do it? And I knew this, but I had forgotten. So I'm going to give credit to my friend Cal, who reminded me. I'm going to give her credit because I stole it before anyway. It wasn't new. Chair a meeting and make the topic your problem. There you go. Do you really want to solve it? Because if there's 30 people there, you're going to get. Now, don't go out there and say, I'm having this problem. Present the topic of the problem. Don't talk about your actual problem. That'll be a good way. It's a good way, right? And a lot of people do that. They say, I'm going through this. Da, da, da. And I'd like to talk about. So I do talk a lot about how people have different bottoms, but notice, and I'm proud of myself because I said it for so long, rock bottom. I got the word rock because it insinuates a harder trail than they're going through, and I don't feel that is necessary. I don't feel that it's necessary for people to have to go through the things that I went through in order to get what I got. Does that make sense? They're not required to go through those things. Yesterday, I was in a meeting and the topic was suffering. We're not supposed to be suffering. No. I've never even read the Bible, and I know better than that. We're not supposed to suffer. It's unnatural. It's unnatural. That's why it never feels good, because you're not supposed to do it. It was done. So don't do it. It was done. You don't need to make yourself suffer more than you need to. You don't. Okay? So the comparisons, the only time a comparison should ever be going on is to see if either, number one, you are doing it also. It is the only reason to do it is to take stock and trade of yourself. That's it. It's the only time you should compare. Hey, that guy's doing that. It's disrupting me. Am I doing that also? I am. I need to change that. Hey, that person over there has a great life Am I doing it? No, I'm not. I'm probably going to go talk to them. That is the only time comparison should ever come up, is the improvement of yourself. I have about 3 to 5 minutes left, and then I gotta get ready because Dragonflower's recording at 11. So that had to change time. So I don't care how far down you've gone. It doesn't mean that you're different than the rest of us. Okay? So if we are going to be in competition about whether drugs or alcohol are worse, it doesn't work like that. Because they're all drugs. They all fall under, even alcohol, fall under the FDA and the DEA. Because alcohol is a drug. Yep. Man-made drug. Sure is. At one point, it was used more for. All right, I don't need to go into that shit today. So. All right. Well, so check this out. Okay, I do have to end because one of them is here. Mandy is here. Should I bring her on live with me? She doesn't know. She doesn't know. I can see her smiling and rolling her eyes, and she says, no. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Great trudge. Amber, I did see that. I will give you a call sometime today. I love you all. I love you all. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.